I'm Tammy Kling, and I'm an author, and I also coach world changers through the process of telling their story and sharing their legacy. And I live in Dallas most of the time, but I travel the world. I have 2 amazing children, and I'm married. I gotta admit, I don't love the word balance. So I think that we have to be balanced, but I don't think anyone would use that word to describe me. So I'm one of those people, I don't sleep deliberately 2 nights a week. I sit up by the fire, thinking, writing, creating, and I think I would say, if you want to look at the traditional sense of centeredness or balance, I really love just being alone sometimes. I think sometimes women have to be alone, and the fire does that. You know, I can sit alone by the fire or go out in the forest and just spend time alone. But then also, of course, being around the people you love keeps you balanced, no matter who you are. My proudest achievement, without a doubt, is raising kids that are world changers with a heart of giving back, and creating a life where they can travel with me and meet really amazing world changers and see what's going on in the world. I think that's beyond books, that's without a doubt my proudest achievement. I think it's so important to teach your kids to give back. Even that's a big part of balance, okay? Because when you give back to others, you're balanced. So my children have been under bridges as part of our homeless program, and for a decade they've been working with homeless people, you know, on the street and in the writers' workshops that I teach. But I've also taken them to other areas outside of our homeless ministry. I've taken them to work a tornado in Joplin. That's what we did a couple spring breaks ago. And you walk down a street that is devastated and the houses are all completely flattened, and then you can help the residents and see what they need, and it just really gives a different perspective. And so for us, I really like to focus on being an impactpreneur, not just an entrepreneur, and giving back and making an impact. I would say that I've been impacted collectively by a lot of amazing humans that I've encountered throughout the journey. People that have overcome adversity, like Tilde, people that, like Nick Vujicic, no arms, no legs, and he's written books and he travels the world tirelessly. The homeless man on the street, that I met him on the street, and now he's written 2 books, and he works, and last weekend he gave blankets to the homeless. So people that inspire me really are each year different collection of humans that kind of make up this kaleidoscope of your soul. And I would say there's not just one, but you know, everyday humans that are suffering and have overcome the suffering. My biggest life lesson that I have learned is that old pain is an anchor, and you must let go of it. So my father committed suicide when I was 7, and I hung on to that identity in my mind for decades. And I really suffered emotionally because I hung on to it when I could have let go of it and redefined it as his decision. Now it's a fuel for me wanting to change lives today. And so for any woman or young girl who's been through anything, loss, addiction, a bad relationship, any kind of obstacle or failure, I would just say, really redefine it quickly, let go, and let that be a fuel that you don't think about every day, that you don't dwell on, that you don't let drag you down into depression, because your potential will be lost if you're focused on that. I would say that next is to be open, prepared, and ready for the opportunity that I'm uniquely equipped for, whether it is a girl that I need to, suicidal young girl that I need to jump in and coach her or save her life. Like I talked to one this morning, and I think that because I was ready for that opportunity with what I was going to say and how I would give her the right words, I think I was ready. And so next for me would be any opportunity to change the world, whether it's someone on the street or a world leader. Those are the opportunities that we all have to be ready for. So I don't have I'm so satisfied with what I've done so far that I don't have any business goals right now. I am content. I'm content. And right now I just want to create world changers and equip world changers. I really believe that words are currency. And when I say that, I mean that it doesn't matter if you have nothing at all financially, or if you're the wealthiest person in the world, is that we all have the ability to save a life, to change a life, and to ignite change. So the words that you have, if you think about your natural gifts, those natural gifts are inside of you, and you have the ability to use your words every day to build someone's life, to change their life, to help ignite their business, to turn around their self-esteem and their identity and their view of themselves. You have so much power with your words. If you even think back to when you were younger and how words really hurt you, there's those moments that we remember where we were wounded, and sometimes unintentionally, with words. So I believe that words are one of the biggest currencies we have. If you look at world leaders, look at a presidential debate, everything hinges on words and the power of words. So that's why I really love my calling, and I'm passionate about using words to change lives. When I hear the phrase, the power of women, I literally envision all of the faces of specific powerful women that I've met in my life. Some of them complete strangers. You see a woman walking by, some of them doing amazing things in the world, some of them just not feeding children in Africa or creating great entrepreneurial ventures, but just spending time mentoring a child, right? So I think when I think of the power of women, I really think how supportive a woman can be and loving. I mean, the world comes from women. They do have so much power and influence on the rest of the world. So I love that women really are stepping into that power and that they feel empowered. I just want to say that and this is more for you, is one of the things that I love about Womanars and the kaleidoscope and everything that Tilde is doing is that it really is unique for a lot of women, is that her endeavor is laser focused on empowering women. That's what her core centric mission is, and a lot of women don't have that. If a woman hasn't had a mentor or a sisterhood or anyone that poured into her life, she doesn't have that. And that's what I love about what Tilde's doing.